Northwest Iowa woman says she's not guilty of criminal charges that she allegedly overdosed patients while working at a Spencer, Iowa hospital. 36-year-old Rachel Martinez of Peterson, Iowa faces 6 charges to include 4 counts of wanton neglect of a dependent adult by a caretaker. Court documents allege that while working as a nurse at the Spencer Hospital in November 2022, Martinez administered hydrocodone to a patient 3 times in 5 hours. That drug was supposed to be given to the patient once every 4 hours. The same patient was administered another painkiller, tramadol, 4 times in 7 hours. That drug was supposed to be given to the patient once every 6 hours. That case is one of 6 complaints filed against Martinez. Her trial is set to begin May 21st in Clay County Court.